Hello all, if you are new, my name is Marin. Welcome to another reading vlog. This vlog is going to be focusing mostly on my 24 and 2024 and a series book. So you have probably heard me mention these a few times if you follow my bookish content, but let's go ahead and just do a quick intro. This is going to be a week-long reading vlog. Today is Monday, December 9th. And I have started listening to Akata Woman by Nnedi Okorafor, which is the final book in the Insipidity Scripts series. I got to page 125 today, and that is chapter 11. So I'm about a quarter of the way through. My hope is to have this done by Wednesday, but we will see how that goes. Because after I finish this, I am going to be turning my attention to a nonfiction book, which is The Dirt. And the tagline is Confessions of the World's Most Notorious Rock Band. So this is all about Motley Crue, the heavy metal band from the 80s. And it is co-written with the four members of the band and also Neil Strauss. I have wanted to read this for ages. I do own a copy of this, but I don't know where it is, so I have borrowed it from the library. But I am going to probably be listening to this on audio. There are some illustrations, some pictures, black and white photos, as well as some like color photos. So I will be looking at those as I go through, but I would really like to get this one done in this vlog as well. So these are gonna be like the two audiobooks for this week, hopefully. And then this weekend, you will hopefully see me read Brightly Woven by Alexandra Bracken, which is another one from my 24 and 2024. This is her debut. She is the author of The Darkest Minds series, which I did read earlier this year. So this will be her debut. I've wanted to read it a while. I've heard good things, but my reading tastes have very much changed since I added some of these books to my want to read list on Goodreads in 2012. So we will see how this one goes. But those will be the three books that I'm hoping to finish in this vlog. I will also be continuing to read History of the Peloponnesian War by Thucydides. So I found an audio of this and I've been listening to the audio while I read the book, which has been really enjoyable because the audio is helping me with the pronunciations of some of the people who were living at that time, the cities, I guess, for lack of a better word, that are prominent in this war. So yeah, I've enjoyed that, and that's how I'm probably going to continue to read this. My goal tonight is going to be to get to page 168, and I'm currently on 136. So I'm reading about 30 pages per day. Hopefully I can stay with that throughout this entire week. But that is what you're going to see in this vlog. Otherwise, it's time to open another advent calendar gift. So we are on day 9. If you are curious about the previous gifts that I've gotten, I have gone through those in other vlogs. So day 9 is this little one right here, which is very thin and small. So let's see what it is. Oh, it looks like it's a little magnet. Oh, okay, it's a cat. I think it's a magnetic bookmark. That's what it is. It's a magnetic bookmark of a sleeping cat. Very cute. I will definitely use that. So that was day 9. I liked that gift a lot. Some of them have been kind of meh, but I liked that one. That one's cute. So anyway, that's day 9. I will continue to open the rest of the gifts up this week, and if I don't talk about them in person, I will put a picture like I did in last week's vlog. So enough of that. I'm home from work. I want to like change clothes and just relax a little bit before I dive into this one. And then I also have some videos to work on editing. So that's the plan for tonight. And I will probably not talk to you again. I will save my update on this book until the midway point. So that will be tomorrow, most likely. As I said, I'm about a quarter of the way through and enjoying it so far. I'm really excited to finally be finishing this series. So that's all I have for you. I will come back and chat with you with an update on this and possibly this at some future point. So see you then. Hello all, quick reading update. I am almost done with Akata Woman. I have just this tiny bit left here. So I am going to finish this tonight. It's page 334 and there are 404 pages. So I am almost there. I have been listening to this on audio. So if you are not familiar with this series as a whole, we are following Sunny, who finds out that she is part of a group of people called the Leopard People, which gives her special abilities. And the first book was really focused on her kind of finding her place in the world of the Leopard People. Her and her group of friends had a quest of sorts that they had to kind of go on. The second book built on that, and now this third book is obviously the finale. They have been tasked with finding a stolen item from a great being of power, and they only have like 7 days to do it. And it is definitely testing their mental and physical strength, her and her group of friends. There's a bit more coming of age stuff in here. There is also part of the story that deals with her father and her father's dislike of her, basically. So Sunny is a girl. Her father really only values boys or sons. And on top of that, Sunny has albinism, which marks her as different or other. So her father has a problem with that. And he also has a problem with the fact that she cannot share anything about what she's doing for the Leopard People part of her life, because you are not allowed to talk about that with people who aren't also leopard people. And Sunny is the only one in her family that is a leopard person. So she is not able to talk about that part of her life, which just causes a lot of strife with her family. So there's a lot going on in here. But overall, we are dealing with a quest looking for this stolen item, and she is down to just a couple of days, I believe, to get the item back where it goes. So that is kind of a not very good summary of this, but it's really hard to talk about without going into things that might be spoilers for like the previous books in the series. So I am enjoying it. I still think the first one is my favorite, but I am enjoying this, and I am going to finish this tonight. We actually have a board meeting for my school district where we're talking about some pretty important things. So I'm going to tune into that and read this kind of at the same time. So this will get done today, which is good because I really wanted to finish this by today. So that is the first bit of news. I did not open my advent calendar yesterday, so I'm going to do yesterday's and today's. Okay, number 10 is this little one right here. It has a fox on it, if you can see that. There you go. So we will see what's in that one. Okay, it looks like a little, yeah, it's a little ornament. It says, keep calm and read on. So that is cute. It's a wooden ornament. So that is day number 10. And then let me open up day 11 as well to get back on track. 11. Okay, 11 is this one right here. Okay, it's a keychain. This is cute. It says read on a megaphone. So that is adorable. It is flexible, so it won't break, which is nice. I'm not sure how well the paint will hold up, but it is cute. So yeah, that is day 11's. So far I've been pretty pleased with the gifts. I think some of they are very cute. Of course, obviously, when you get little thingamajigs, you have to find a place for them, so that would be the only downside. But okay, that is done with that. I also got some book mail. I mentioned in my last vlog that I was ordering the rest of the Magnolia Park series. They have arrived. These are very, very chunky books, particularly the 2 Magnolia Parks books. The Daisy Hates ones seem in line with the first Magnolia Parks book, but I guess because she was trying to wrap up this Magnolia and BJ's story, she did it with these very, very large books. But I really like these covers so much more than the ones that have been released. I think this year they redid them. I'm just not really a fan of those. I really like these illustrated ones a lot better. So wanted to go ahead and pick that up. From what I understand, she is going to be writing more Daisy Hates books 2 more, I believe, but the Magnolia books are done. So I'm looking forward to diving into Daisy Hates at some point and reading a little bit more about that character, because you meet her in the first book. She's definitely intriguing. So anyway, that's my book mail. Very large books. And I've done my advent calendar, so now I'm going to head out to the living room and just kind of settle in for the night and get back to reading this. So I will give you an update, final thoughts, rating, and all that once it is finished, most likely tomorrow. So that is it. I will see you when I see you. Hello all, let's do a quick reading update. I did finish reading Akata Woman last night. I was reading and listening at the same time, which I quite enjoyed. And I am giving this one 5 stars. I think this is a great series finale if it should turn out to be the series finale. There's definitely enough of an opening at the ending where she could write more books should she choose to, but I felt like this was a really good series finale if that is the route that she takes. This is very much a book about figuring out who you are and where you fit in. So I've already talked about our main character, Sunny. I really liked the way her story concluded, if you will, in this book. I felt like she really came full circle, and not just her, but her group of friends all went through like some personal growth and learned some things about themselves. We got to see them showing off their different strengths, and I just felt like this was a really solid series finale. It did not make me emotional in any ways, but I'm giving it 5 stars solely because I think the way that it wrapped things up was just exceptionally well done. So I would say the last quarter of this book is where things really got good. It's where you really saw Sunny figure things out for herself, and that was very enjoyable to read. So 5 stars for this one. This one is done. It concludes a series. That means that I have finished 7 series this year in their entirety, and then I have caught up on a number of series as well. So yes, this will be the 7th series that I finished this year, which is very exciting. I did start listening to the audio of The Dirt. This is an autobiography about the band Motley Crue. There are 4 members in the band, if you're not familiar, and each member does different chapters. There are a lot of photographs in here, things from like official photo shoots, but also some of the members' like personal collections. So I listened to page 113 today. So I listened to this much. This is divided into parts. So I believe I am in part 4, chapter 6. So that's kind of how this is broken up. Yeah, because the next one is part 5. So part 4, chapter 6. But typically speaking, it kind of flips between the POVs. At the start of the book, we were getting mostly Nikki and Mick, I believe. And then now we're getting POVs from all 4 of them. So it's Nikki, Vince, Mick, and Tommy. So that's kind of your POVs. And then there was a random POV from like a record exec or something like that in here as well. So enjoying this so far. It's not really anything that I've not heard before. I am a fan of Motley Crue, so I do know their backstory. And some of what's been talked about in here was mentioned in Nikki Sixx's autobiography, The Heroine Diaries. So I am familiar with some of this, but it is interesting to kind of see Nikki here, and then having read The Heroine Diaries to see like the fact that he has done a lot more introspection, I will say, since this book came out. This one was released in 2002, so this is significantly older than The Heroine Diaries, which I do have here. Let me grab it. So this one is Nikki's first autobiography. He's done others. I own the other 2 as well, but I have not read them. This one came out in 2007. So yeah, few more years to figure things out, I think. This one was exactly what it says. It's a diary that he kept, so very different than what this is, because this is like them thinking back on their lives and things like that as the group was formed. And that's what a lot of this first part was. It was kind of how they came together to form Motley Crue. So now they are officially the band Motley Crue. They are touring, doing their album, that kind of stuff. So that was kind of the setup for this. But anyway, Just a side note, if you can't tell, Nikki Sixx is my favorite member of Motley Crue. So yes, but yeah, nothing earth-shattering. It's about what you would expect from a heavy metal rock band from the 80s. It is just decadence, lawlessness, drugs, alcohol, sex, you name it. They pretty much did it, and they are telling you about it in this book. So if that doesn't sound like something you would enjoy, you should probably skip it. But anyway, that's the little reading update. Now let's open up today's little Advent gift. We are on day 12. It is this one right here with this dog. So it's a little bit bigger of an envelope. Let's see. Oh, it goes around your drinks. Okay, so that's cute. It's like a little like thing that would slide over like a hot drink. So it says hot drinks and good books. It is just cardboard, so I don't know how many uses you would get out of it, but if you don't get it wet, it is like a smooth surface, so it might wipe off okay, but I probably won't use it. It's really cute though. So yes, I also drink mostly iced coffee, so this wouldn't really work for me, but yes, very cute. Again, here's the back with just some books, and then the front with the words. So very cute. I'm gonna put it back in the envelope so it does not get lost. And now for the rest of this evening, I am going to focus on reading a bit more of History of the Peloponnesian War by Thucydides. I have not read it for a couple of nights, so I am behind the pace that I wanted to set for myself, but I figured that would happen. We'll see how long I can stay awake. School has been rough this week with the impending winter break. It's been a wild time. So I'm very tired, but we'll try to do a little bit more reading on that to try to get a little bit back on track. So anyway, that's it for now. I will check in with you tomorrow with another update on this one, just to let you know where I am. And then again, over the weekend, the focus will be Brightly Woven by Alexandra Bracken and finishing the audio of this, hopefully. So that is the goal. I will see you with a reading update on this because I should be at the halfway point tomorrow, I think. So yeah, anyway, enough of that. I'll talk to you then. Hello all, quick reading update. I am almost halfway done with The Dirt. I am on page 197. Again, this book is divided into parts, so I believe I am on part 7. Yep, part 7, chapter 5. So chapter 5 of part 7. It is a pretty long chapter next, and then it will be on to part 8. So it's going well. Some of this I was already familiar with, again, because I do know quite a lot about the band, but some of what they're mentioning I definitely didn't know about, particularly Mick's chapters. He's always been more quiet and private than the rest of the members of the band, obviously, and it's been kind of interesting to read from his point of view and kind of see what he was going through. There are also obviously a lot of photographs in here, so after I finish listening, I always go back through and look at the photos. Some of them are in color, but the majority of them are black and white. So yeah, going well. I am hoping to finish this by the end of this vlog, so by Sunday. So we will just keep plugging along on it and see if I can't get it done. Let's go ahead and open Advent calendar for today. So today is Friday the 13th, actually. So let me find day 13. Okay, we're down here. It's this little flat envelope. So let me open that up and see what it is. Okay, it looks like we've got, are they stickers or tattoos? Because they're kind of, okay, they're temporary tattoos, which I personally won't use, but they are cute. So let me go ahead and show them to you. Let me see. Yeah, both sheets are the same. So it's 2 sheets of the same thing. So here they are. They are cute, but again, I'm not going to use temporary tattoos, so they can just stay in here for now. But yes, 2 sheets of the same thing. Yep, they're identical. So there you go. That is day 13. I also did do a little bit more reading on History of the Peloponnesian War last night, but I did not get to like where I wanted to be, so I'll see what I can't get read today. Hopefully over the course of the weekend I can get caught up a little bit because again, I am trying to get this done in time to film a 24 and 2024 wrap up. So this book needs to get finished, but that's going to be it for the update today. I am home from work, obviously, and just looking to kind of settle in and relax. It was a very crazy, hectic week at work. So Yes, I will chat with you more tomorrow, where I will talk to you about Brightly Woven, which is the book that I'm going to be reading physically over the weekend for this vlog. So I will see you then. Hello all, happy Saturday. I have just made the tiniest bit more progress in The Dirt. I was listening to it this morning and I'm at 220, so about halfway through. I still would really like to get this done by the end of this vlog, which would be tomorrow, but this may have to carry over into Monday. We'll just kind of play it by ear. So I'm still working on this one, obviously, but the focus for this weekend is going to be Brightly Woven by Alexandra Bracken, which I am going to be reading physically. There is no audiobook version of this, so have to read it physically. I am going to try to read the first 50% of this, which according to the math works out to page 177. That is actually like a chapter break. So if you look on the next page, it has like another section break. So kind of seems like a good place to stop. And hopefully I will enjoy this. I am not opposed to DNFing, obviously. I've done it a few times already this year, but I am really hoping that I enjoy this because I've heard good things about it, but we will just play it by ear. It says, the day the rains came was like any other, blistering air coating the canyon in a heavy stillness. Just as the rains come, after 10 long dry years, a young wizard, Wayland North, appears to whisk Seidel Mirabelle away from her desert village. North needs an assistant, and Seidel is eager to see the country and to join him on his quest to stop the war that surely will destroy her home. But North has secrets about himself, about why he chose Seidel, and his real reasons for the journey. What does he want from her, and why does North's sworn enemy seem fascinated by Seidel himself? Through a journey that spans a country, magic and hard-won romance are woven together with precision and brilliant design by a first-time novelist. So this is Alexandra Bracken's debut, as I've already mentioned, I think, either in this video or in ones before. So I'm really hoping I like this. I did like The Darkest Minds by her, but I've read a couple other things by her that I didn't like as much. So we'll see how this one goes. So the goal will be to get to page 177 today. I will come back and chat with you, give you a reading update at that halfway point, let you know how it's going, and that's really all that I have on the agenda for today. It is a very rainy day outside, so I'm just going to chill at home and read, hopefully. So that's that. While I have you, let's go ahead and open today's advent calendar gift. So here we go. We are on day 14, which, let's see. Okay, it's right up here. It's this envelope right here. Okay, it looks like they are coasters with like recipes on the back. So they're just bookish designs. And then on the back, there's different recipes. So that is really cute. We have Pincho Cayenne hot chocolate, mulled winter punch, turmeric apple and ginger chai, and winter solstice cocktail. So that's very cute. So cute little coasters. I do like that gift. I don't know that I'll make any of the recipes, but who knows? Maybe we'll give it a shot in the winter break season, which starts next week for me. So anyway, that's it. I will come back with a reading update when I have one. Hello all, reading update time. I read to chapter 6, which is page 121 of Brightly Woven, and I am going to go ahead and DNF this. There is something just very off about the writing, for lack of a better way to put it. I know this is her debut, and you can definitely tell she got a lot better as she moved into the Darkest Minds series. The writing of this is very basic, and since this is a fantasy book, it relies heavily, or it should rely heavily, on world building, and we're not getting enough information about what this world requires, how people fit into it, how things came to be. There was like one throwaway line about two goddesses, one giving her people magic, the other giving her people swords. So it's like one little country where magicians live, and then all the surrounding ones have no magic. It's very odd, and I also don't love that there is too much telling instead of showing. We're not really getting any kind of emotional connection to the characters. In fact, the main male character, North, is like borderline emotionally abusive to Seidel, who is the main female character, and we're just not getting deep enough into anything. It's all just very surface level. So I'm going to go ahead and DNF this because in the end I probably would only give this about 2 stars, and I just don't feel like suffering through that. So I'm going to DNF this, which means the remainder of this vlog is going to be focused on finishing The Dirt by the members of Motley Crue. I am a little over halfway. I'm on page 256. So I have this much left. I am listening to this pretty much on audio, as I've already mentioned. It has 4 different narrators for the 4 different band members, which I am enjoying. We are now to 1992, I believe, which is when they fired or Vince Neil quit the band, depending on whose point of view you're listening to. And they are now going to bring in a new lead singer. So that's where I am. But yeah, that's going well. I'm enjoying that. So I'm gonna head to the grocery store. I need to get groceries. I'm going to stop and get coffee before I go. And then I'll just come back and we will focus on this for the rest of today and finish this off in this vlog, which is good. So even though this one was disappointing because I had heard that a lot of people really liked it, I can definitely see why other people have not. And I feel like as the years have gone on, the rating of this one has dropped. It's still a 3.8, which is still high. I think it is bolstered by the initial 5-star ratings that it got when it was first released. And because it is out of print and you can't really get it anymore, there's not a whole lot of new readers. I had to get an old library copy that I bought off eBay. So anyway, that one was disappointing, but at least The Dirt is going well. So I'm gonna stop talking now, head to the store. Thankfully it's not raining today. It was pouring pretty much all day yesterday. So enough of that. I will talk to you later with a reading update once I have one, probably once I've finished this book, or unless something really standout happens that I want to mention on camera. So see you then. Hello all, happy Monday. I actually just finished The Dirt probably about 15 minutes ago. So I did not get it done on Sunday as I'd initially planned, but we're only 1 day behind, not too bad. So I'm giving this 5 stars. It was precisely what I expected it to be, having already read The Heroine Diaries, as I already mentioned. So it's very over the top. It discusses a lot of things that are very horrible, particularly the way that the band members treated others, specifically women, but also some very dark topics about mental health, drug addiction. The chapter that I personally found most impactful was the one that was meant to be, and that is when Vince Neil is talking about the death of his 4-year-old daughter to cancer. That was brutal to read about, broke my heart, and I think the thing that makes him hard to sympathize with would be that he caused the death of another person by driving drunk. And that is also talked about. So he says at the end, like, basically, like, it's no wonder I drink, like, making excuses. And I think that he is the one member of the band that is probably the hardest to, like, get behind, because he is very unapologetic and not willing to make a lot of changes in his life. He does make a lot of excuses in here. Obviously, he's been through something terrible with the death of his daughter, but he basically served no jail time, like 15 days, I think, and he killed somebody. So his POV was always the hardest to read, just because he's the least likable member of the band, I guess, if you want to put it that way. Although Tommy also has his issues with Pamela Anderson. They all have things that they're dealing with. And I think the book does a pretty good job of balancing the bad with the good. I did find most of the chapters to be quite funny in places. You can tell all 4 members of the band have a quick wit and they have a good sense of humor, but obviously some of their actions are not great. So that would be what I would say overall. It was precisely what I expected, precisely what I wanted it to be, and I very much enjoyed it. I liked getting a look at the pictures. I liked the very introspective chapters that most of them gave throughout the book on different things. It is funny to hear stories from each other's point of views because, of course, you don't know who is actually telling the truth because they are obviously trying to make themselves sound like they are the ones that are being the most truthful. So you have to take a lot of what they say with a grain of salt, obviously, but I still really enjoyed this. I'm giving it 5 stars. I'm really glad I finally read this year. And I am curious about watching the show on Netflix, which I don't know if it's a movie or like episodes, but it's basically this book. The one thing that I did find funny, and maybe it shouldn't be funny because it's actually pretty sad, is that at the end of this book, which again, this was published in 2001, I believe, Tommy has left the band, 2002. So Tommy has left the band in this book. He is, of course, now back with the band, rejoined them for the last studio album that they did in 2008, I think. And so he's like left the band and he basically says like, I'm done, I'm not coming back, which a few of them keep saying that throughout this whole thing and they all keep coming back. So that was kind of funny. But also they are, 3 of the 4 are married at the end of this book in 2002 or 2001, I think is actually when it was done being written. And all 3 of them almost immediately separated from the women that they were together with here and that they were going on to say was going to be like their forever loves of their lives. So that was kind of just something you had to shake your head at because, again, that is something that repeats itself throughout this book with all members of the band except for Mick Mars. So anyway, that one's done. It is a book on my 24 and 2024, so that is finished. I'm very, very happy about that. That means I have 1 book left on my 24 and 2024 that I need to read, which I will be working on this week, starting tomorrow with the audio, and that is Wildwood Dancing by Juliet Marillier. I'm very excited to read this one. I've wanted to read this book for years, so I'm hoping that it lives up to my expectations because, as we know, this one had also been on my TBR for a long time and I DNF'd it. So before I close out this video, let's go back to the advent calendar. I do want to open the one up from yesterday, which was day 15. So let's find that one. Okay, it is down here at the very bottom. So let me open that up. And then I will also open up day 16 because I will be starting the next vlog tomorrow. So we'll just go ahead and do both of them. Let's see what's in here. It's something kind of small. Oh, very small. Okay, it's a little eraser. Okay, it's a car with a Christmas tree on top, but it's just a little eraser. So it is very cute. And then let's see what 16 is or where it is. Okay, 16 is just up here. So let's see what this one is. Oh, it's another keychain. This one is a dog with a cute little sweater on. So there you go. Very cute. And that dog actually is on the pocket right next to it. I'll show you. So it's on the little pocket for day 12 actually. So anyway, there you go. We've caught up. So now let's go ahead and just close out the vlog with a quick recap. The first book I read was Akata Woman by Nnedi Okorafor, which I gave 5 stars. The second book that I wanted to read but DNF'd was Brightly Woven by Alexander Bracken. I do not rate my DNF, so no rating for this one. And of course, the one I just finished, The Dirt by the members of Motley Crue, which I'm giving 5 stars. So 3 books, 2 of them off of my 24 and 2024. One is a series book, so I have no complaints. I hope you enjoyed coming along with me in this video. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel if you would like to see more from me. In honor of The Dirt by Motley Crue, you can leave me the music note emoji. And otherwise, I will see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.